Welcome to another episode of Planar Explorers. With me are my players and our recurring guest voice. And now we will do a round of introductions. So let's start with Ingvar.
I'm Aspen, pronouns are they, playing Ingvar, Zizir. You can find me at AspenForest732 on TikTok and on Archive of Our Own, where I have my fanfictions.
Yeah, I'm Jen, pronouns she, they, playing Seht. Yeah, I remember my character's name, I'm good at this. Pronouns they, him, I think. Yeah.
Anything about where to find you and shit?
Oh, shoot, yeah, of course. Sorry. Let me do that again.
Introductions.
Doesn't want to be found anymore.
I told you I'm not feeling well. I got
No one will.
bad today. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm Jen. Pronouns they, she. Nope. I'm Jen. I'm Jen. Pronouns she, they. Playing Seht. Pronouns they, him. You can find me normally playing all cyberpunk tales from the Oasis over at oasiscyberpunk.com.
Hi, I'm Will, pronouns he, him, and I play Tuksha. Don't have much of an online presence myself, but you should check out the Groundworks Collective. They're a great organization up here that helps housing insecure people stay safe.
Right, Maya.
I play Maya. My name is Zara. I run Sailor Z Creations. You can find me on Instagram under Sailor Z Creations. Check out my links on my website. And the company that I'm wearing this week is Karasu Moon with Flawed and Stillworthy. She is a stigma. What was the bloody word? Stigma slayer. She's a stigma slayer. She's not a mental health advocate. She's a stigma slayer.
Nice. And finally, our recurring guest voice.
I'm Lala, and I play C.H.I.M.E. You can find me on most places on the internet under Lala Loves Cake, and most of the time I'm either playing D&D on so many channels, or making pretty things for D&D on all of those same channels. So,
Okay. And I'm Loremistress LadyBug. You can find me everywhere as Loremistress LadyBug, and all of the things mentioned will be in the description in links, so you can find them there. And with that, we can start, and I believe Ingvar wanted to recap us on last game's events.
So last time we finished saving the Earth plane. Learned plane travel is based on a ley line-like system. Mortality is mostly unique to our plane. And visitors from other planes would have a very hard time visiting ours unless we created a visitor space. We also confirmed a couple configurations and also got the darkness configuration for the planar device. And we decided that we were going to figure out how to approach talking about Safe Haven, as well as talk to Haponsu for this session. And go back to time.
Okay. So with that, I believe you decided to go visit Time, so we can just go on into your Safe Haven. In that case. Just traveling there is something that you've done already, so you know how to approach it and how to do it. It's not that hard after all, you do know where to go. So yes, you're in your safe haven. What do you do?
Just in case, now that we know that other planar creatures can freely travel, does anything seem different about Safe Haven?
Um,
Just kind of giving it a cursory check.
no, it all seems to be about the same.
So I'll probably go up to Chime and interrupt, since it's probably time for. She probably has some updates.
Okay, so I'm guessing you approach Chai, who seems to be very
Yes.
much in her data retrieval mode. Which you were informed before that after about 5 days you will be able to get her out of it to see what she recovered by now.
Yeah.
And you will do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
So you do that and time.
Chime has just finished. Sorry, what?
I was about to say that you are activated mid data retrieval.
Chime has currently finished partial data recovery mode. How may I help you?
Well, hello again.
Hello, it's
So,
good to see you.
What do you know?
Likewise.
What do you know? 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 Come on.
Error. Too many requests submitted.
I believe you said there would be some information that you would have for us in about this time. Can you tell us what you've learned?
Analyzing. Planar coordinates found. Additional destinations can now be programmed.
Hand over the device.
yeah. Yeah, I hand over the device to get more programmed in.
Do my thing. Coordinates for the plane of air, plane of water, and plane of light have been programmed successfully. Please be advised, these destination coordinates are confirmed to be suitable for most extraplanar visitors.
Good to know. Have you
Over lots of
learned?
chaos.
I'm sorry,
I'll
I didn't hear that.
Probably good.
Something about chaos.
Something about chaos.
That's what I got out of it.
Only YouTube will know.
Were you able to retrieve any other data, or was it just the coordinates?
Analyzing. Fragmented data file found. Island. Dragons. Distant past.
Cool.
Island. Dragons. Distant past. Additional information unavailable.
Well,
So that island's got dragons, does it? That's
concerning.
good reason to put off going there.
Yes.
The island on is it the island on our plane? The destination originally programmed for are the plane of mortals, or is this an island on a different plane? Just to clarify.
Island on plane of mortals. Dragons. Distant. Island. Dragons. Additional information not found.
Okay.
Well, I think that's about what we'd need to know not to go there for now.
Yes. Yes. Definitely don't go to the Dragon Island.
Maybe we stick to places that are a bit more hospitable. Like the Plane of Fire.
No, I will hold you to more hospitable. Preferably not the Plane of Fire.
Hospitality in extraplanar destinations is complicated.
Are you referring to the situation where the plane needs magic from the plane that they want to take visitors from in order to create the safe space? Or more the social aspect?
Analyzing data. Society, rules, regulations, laws, all different, everywhere. Please use caution when visiting extraplanar destinations. Ignorance of all social rules, customs, and laws is not going to save you from consequences.
Any chance you could fill us in on some of the customs of places we're going before we get there?
Data not found.
Right, that's
We
about
didn't
what I
blind then.
expected.
Oh, well, I'll have to find out what's appropriate then, won't I?
Is there
Test the waters, shall we say?
is there anywhere in particular that you would recommend we do not go before assessing the situation from afar?
I do not recommend the plane of fire.
Good. I am 100% with you there. Now I have Chime's backup, but not just me.
Ingvar is just a little bit disappointed since he's already prepared that we're not gonna go to the Plane of Fire anytime soon.
Historical data on customs, inaccurate or irrelevant.
I guess it hasn't been updated for a while. The data, that is, I was not referring to you as it. Just to clarify, I would not like to offend.
No offense taken. Thank you.
Are there
Analyzing.
any...
Go ahead.
Are there any, were you able to find any information on why Safe Haven was established in the first place, or have you not quite gotten to that yet? Although it might have something to do with dragons, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd say that's would be a good reason.
Safe Haven was created to be a safe haven. the end of the first era. Ripple effect. No magic in second era. Cause unknown.
Do you have any data about combining different types of magic? Obviously, you're made of every magic type that we know of, but we maybe ill-advisedly tried combining some magics on the plane of Earth to try and fix things. And we were successful, as we're still here. But wondering if you could fill us in on that at all, or if that data is still lost.
Analyzing. Possible. Obviously. Points to self. Difficult. Common in first era. How has been lost. Data corrupt. Would you like me to access data recovery mode?
No, not yet. We presumably have further questions before doing so. Right?
Were there... Wait. Was,
I mean, sorry.
I was just gonna ask, words are hard right now, but, if the first era people would refer to, like, if they were safe referring to the plane of mortals and safe haven to other planes, like mentioning them?
Error. Query. Not understood. Please.
Anybody
again.
that isn't us get into safe haven?
Oh my god.
You are the first visitors to Safe Haven in my current memory database.
Is it possible for other people to pass in, though?
Analyzing data. Possible. Yes. Devices like yours are capable of accessing Safe Haven if the appropriate address coordinates have been programmed. You are first visitors to Safe Haven in over 4,000 years.
So in theory, but not in practice, it would seem.
Correct.
We only know of one device, at least. Have you managed to find any information on translating the language of the books over there? The first one's language, I believe.
Analyzing recovered data.
Watch out for that train.
Yes, trains of thought are a bit more literal in Haven.
There would just be a constant sound of trains going through.
Book. Translation. Available, but take time. Translation and data recovery mode are unable to run simultaneously.
Oh, okay. Perhaps worth putting a pin in that then, and we come
Is
back
there any
to
way that one of us could learn it? Is there any, like, branch languages that are close to that language?
or some funky magic.
Analyzing available data. A dictionary could be created, however, would take at least 1 month, cannot run concurrently with translation module or data recovery mode.
Well, something
If we spent a month doing that, though, then after that month we could translate all the books while she does the recovery mode for the other data that we actually want. Thereby,
very true.
I know it's deferred gratification, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
these are big words for Maya. She probably shouldn't be banging on about this.
I wonder if there is another way. We may find another group of individuals who know the first one's language, perhaps on another plane, and we can get a translation from somewhere else.
Additional
people on the
translation
Earth.
matrices.
Oh,
Additional translation matrices could be restored with further data recovery.
interesting. It sounds to me like data recovery is still the way to go.
I think before we put the focus on destinations and the like why Safe Haven was made, perhaps if you can focus on translation matrices, recovering those, then that might help.
Perhaps you could be of assistance if there is any sort of how do you say, technological, magical tinkering or wizardry you could do to boost or assist our friend here. Perhaps that would help. If anyone is able to, I presume it would be you.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have full confidence in your abilities.
I can try.
Give you like two guesses as to what would be needed to do anything about time, or changing anything about time, or improving anything about time. I'm gonna give you 3 guesses what would be needed.
Is one of them a nuclear
definitely
bomb? Because
maybe.
There are quite a few of those missed in and unaccounted for, so
worth a try.
Maya is in this group, like,
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we're probably gonna need someone from each type of magic to channel it to try and do anything for time.
Bingo, that's something that Ingvar would probably figure out on their own, as is his own, because, like, yeah, if she is made of all the types of magic, changing or improving or doing anything about her would require all types of magic at the same time.
So, but Chime doesn't know anything more right now about combining magics.
Not without more data recovery.
Out of interest, Chime, You are made of magic, yes. Can you perform any magic?
Is everything she does magic?
Yes, but I mean kind of. I guess control magic is like everything that goes through and performs things in your body is blood and brain waves, right? But you cannot produce more effects than the ones they are designed to do. Kind of like saying...
I'll speak through stealth.
Okay, well, this is why I look specifically at Ingvar. But,
I understand what you said.
It like kind of like how forgive me if I fuck up the level of technology in this world, but a engine is made of mechanical parts, and therefore is mechanical, but it can no sooner perform mechanics than C.H.I.M.E can perform surgery beyond incisions.
C.H.I.M.E is a hologram. Despite being created with many forms of magic, my abilities are limited.
Curious. What abilities do you have?
I can interact with databases and planar travel devices. Additional capabilities available only in defense mode.
Oh. Well, let's not worry about that. What is defense mode? What can you do in that?
Would you like to activate
No,
defense mode?
no,
Not this time.
We are good, thank you. No, very much.
Well, would we be in danger if we activated defense mode in order to learn more about it?
Oh, damn curiosity.
Yes.
Well, CAC isn't around to die from it.
Oh no, I think you need to spend more time around C.H.I.M.E, for you very quickly learn to let sleeping cats lie. I think it is time to do some Fate stuff. I think we invoke curiosity. We what's it called? Compel.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's a fair point.
Yeah, I started to be with you, and then I'm like, wait a second, no.
Yeah, I think I can't remember your exact Fate characteristics. What they got? Traits? Traits?
I think it was traits. Yeah.
Aspects. I can't remember your exact aspects, but I am 100% certain there is one that is curiosity based.
It's Pyro Spiral, but obsessed with fire, which, like, kind of.
Yeah, I think.
Or Maya would essentially also take that compel.
I would very much like to sneak off to my room like I have done and try and practice merging my two magics, which are complete and opposites.
Oh no!
So this is gonna go really, really well and super.
I think we'll get around to Maya experimenting with her own two magics in a moment. I think China has some more things to say.
I would just want to see if, like I said, I think it's a compel, right? If you're into fire and explosions, then defense mode sounds like there would be both fire and explosions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ingvar, do you want to activate?
And also, I think it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Ingvar, do you want to get a free point for activating defense mode?
Yep.
Oh,
It's absolutely something you would do.
That was
This is the fun part,
So,
Fate.
momentarily, you notice that C.H.I.M.E seems a bit more solid and also a bit bigger than she was before, and also glowing with all the kinds of magic. And time you don't detect any unwanted guests.
Hello, C.H.I.M E. Everything okay?
Defense mode activated.
What
Safe
can you
haven.
do in this mode?
Safe haven has already been purged. Current occupants all acceptable.
Bird?
Do you have
When was
records
the
of
purge?
previous
I know I'm not there, so I can't ask, but when was the purge?
previous defense mode activations?
Defense mode has never been activated prior to today.
Well, congratulations, Ingvar, I suppose, are in order.
But, would you have memory of if defense mode had previously been activated, if your current memory banks were limited and corrupted?
Air.
What are you capable of in defense mode? And what does purge mean?
Defense
Please
mode.
do not demonstrate. To be clear, just to be overtly clear.
In defense mode, I am capable of purging all unwanted guests from within safe haven, using any and all magical means necessary.
Does that include sending them out of the plane without other harm?
Purge is speculative. I am not programmed to know what happens to unwanted occupants when they have been purged.
I see.
Who defines which occupants are unwanted?
Original parameters established by creators of Safe Haven.
Are we now in control of those parameters?
Attempting to access information. You are wanted guests. You have arrived with a planar device. You are marked as owners of Haven.
So any new life forms entering Safe Haven without coming via planar device, would they fall within unwanted parameters?
Yes.
At this, Seht is going to do something quite silly, I think. And specifically, we're going to be doing this because
You may
of
want to
our
assign
predisposed.
because I think there's
Oh,
one
okay.
more piece of information about them.
Never
No,
mind
I'm
then.
going to wait for this to happen.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So because of my predisposed disposability aspect, that is how I'm thinking of this idea. Seht is going to reach back, pull forward one of the spare arms on their back, twist off a finger in a deft and violent motion that hopefully no one is sick over, and
Crunch.
hold up the finger.
Ingvar
And
is
then-
intrigued.
And then, using a little bit of Moran magic, do the previously established thing where Seht can bring a part of his body to some form of life, therefore bringing in a creature that did not arrive via planar device. A very small finger-sized creature. Assuming this is okay with everyone, but I'm now really intrigued, and I haven't had enough chances to throw bits of my body away in this campaign yet, so...
You crunch the finger off. Good lord.
It is only bones. I feel
There
like
are-
it will not matter that the bones were slightly damaged in a... And I look up at time and go, in a short moment. Yeah, I'm gonna magic this finger alive and see what happens.
There are no unwanted guests currently in Safe Haven.
Can
New
we designate?
tiny being has been added to approved visitor list.
Okay, it might
I suppose it would
matter
make
that
sense
the
in case
bones are
someone was
slightly
pregnant
damaged.
while they came to Safe Haven.
Oh, I hadn't even considered that. Oh. That's a scary thought. Okay,
Yeah.
I suppose you live another day, tiny finger.
But
It depends where
can
C.H.I.M.E defines life, really, doesn't it? Now that's going to get into a very long ethical debate, and that's not really Maya's thing.
C.H.I.M E.
Clarification.
Go ahead.
Arriving with an owner of Safe Haven automatically adds all creatures and beings to the approved list.
Ah,
I have two questions then. Can we, ahead of time, determine that a being is a wanted guest whether or not they arrive with us? And can we remove someone from the list of approved creatures in Haven, even if they arrived with us?
All guests must arrive with a registered owner, or defense mode will activate and the purge will begin. You may remove anyone from this list at your discretion.
Does that require the agreement of all of us collectively, or just one of us?
Analyzing. In the case of multiple owners, only one is required for authorization to remove wanted guests.
all in favor of removing authorization from Tiny Finger.
I knew where you were going.
I wish I was there to second it.
Well, I'm gonna say,
Don't-
even if we don't want
yeah.
to, you can do that. So
It sounded funnier to ask for permission. But yeah, no. I no longer want this specific Tiny Finger to be part of Safe Haven. Please, Chime.
Okay, so
It had
before
a
I do
hangnail
anything,
and it was bugging me for like 4 years.
none of you have deactivated defense mode,
Nope.
correct?
that's correct.
C.H.I.M.E is going to glow with every different type of magic and energy humanly possible. And the deep voice is going to say, "Purge has begun." And this just like huge wave of magic and energy is going to shoot out in every direction from C.H.I.M.E, it's gonna wash over all of you. Not really gonna feel it. It's just kind of energy feeling. But the finger is just not gonna be there anymore. It is gone.
Ooh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Would Maya have experienced that wave of magic?
I was just about to
in
say.
there?
I was
The purge
Whoa.
covers every part of Safe Haven.
Good, thank God. Maya didn't hear that any one owner can remove someone from the save zone.
Oh gosh, that would be so chaotic. Ooh, follow-up question. Can not that I'm going to do this, but just out of curiosity, how many people does it take to remove an owner from the approved list? Or is that possible?
See, I was specifically avoiding that question.
I mean, theoretically, it could answer. Well, although I suppose all the bodies that we know of are buried, but I mean, that just demonstrated that you can vaporize bodies. So I wonder if perhaps that happened to some of the Frostarians.
Owners can only be removed from the wanted guest list with full consensus of all other owners of Safe Haven.
Interesting. That is good.
The purge is complete. May I deactivate defense mode now?
God, yes, please, very much. Out of interest.
So you'll just kind of see me shrink a little bit.
Yes, please. And once again be a bit more translucent.
I'm immediately happier being the biggest person in the room once more. What? Did I feel anything? We've not established how the creatures I create are. Like, how different from me they are.
They are technically part of your skills, especially since they are animated through your magic. So when the defense mode took over the finger, you felt like part of you was disintegrating.
Ooh. That's a feeling I have not felt for a little while.
I think
It
you
stings.
have never
Cool
felt before. It was basically obliterated into atoms in a matter of seconds.
I can safely say, friends, that purge mode is not a polite banishment. If you were unaware, the beings I create temporarily and with quite a bit of instability, I still can feel their pain. There was a lot of it.
But only for a few seconds.
I would not... True, shortly, but terrifying pain. Do not, how you say... Do not activate as a prank. I guess Maya is not here, so I do not have to worry about that, but... Yes. Treat like firearm. Do not use unless you want to completely destroy something.
You're saying that's Ingvar?
Yes.
Now I'm just picturing Ingvar with just an arm covered in flame.
I mean, I've literally been playing with a lighter, basically, with a giant lighter.
I mean, yeah,
That does. That's true.
That's weird, yeah.
Because we didn't make a nuke.
Yes.
Yep.
Because somebody
Yes.
reacted in time for Maya to not make a nuke.
He's so a little salty about that.
So, Seth, that makes me wonder, if you can feel those limbs that you're animating, could you see through an eye or something like that? Could you, like, make an
Curious.
eye with wings on it to go spy on things?
Curious. I cannot say that I have tried before.
But
I am
where would
quite
you find
partial.
wings that small?
I am quite partial to both of my eyes, and creating new ones from flesh is quite difficult. Corneas are not particularly found in, say, easily severable limbs, but in theory, I don't see why not. Perhaps next time we come across fresh corpse, we shall give it a go, yes?
That sounds like an excellent plan.
That reminds me, is there a way to look into other planes while on a different one? I mean, other than like the divination that the head of divination was doing.
Is that directed at Chime? Or nothing? Data suggests no.
Okay. Thanks. But that's probably not.
I have no further questions at this time. How about the rest of you?
I think that the questions I've had are all either answered or require more data dredging.
Yes.
I think same for me.
Perhaps we can... No, lost it. Sorry, brain gone. Cut that bit out.
Getting in post.
Yeah. There's a reason I'm on podcasts more than streams. I'm better behind a good editor.
If there are,
I'm
no.
not a good editor. At all. Back to try. And the brain.
Yep. But yes, I think if no one else has questions, then you can probably go back to data retrieval mode.
Thank you. I will return to data recovery mode. If you
nice
are happy
chatting
with your
with you.
defense mode, please reactivate it in the future.
Noted.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, please leave a review.
Please like and subscribe to Defense Mode.
And with that, Chime is going back to her data retrieval mode, and you can see probably something like this holographic presentation of the fact that the next activation will be available in another week.
Cool.
Well, that is mildly terrifying.
Very interesting.
We seem to be safe from it though, so I'm not terribly worried.
We are safe from it for now. Just a little disconcerting. We do not know the inner workings, and we do not know what safety precautions and fail-safes are in place in case of accidental activation or external party tampering.
Well, we know that tampering would be extremely difficult because it requires every form of magic at once.
Also, we can say bye to Lala because I let her go since she's back in data retrieval mode. So bye, Lala.
Bye!
Bye. Thanks
Thank
for being Chime. It's great. I love Chime.
Yes.
Hi.
perhaps we probably should not tell. Well, we might not want to tell the institute about the full capabilities of the park, just in case they may want to add an additional owner, and that would be a very easy way to dispose of people.
I appreciate the idea of us not telling anyone at all. Seems like a good thing to keep under our respective hats.
Yes,
Would
I
it be
agree.
a good thing to talk about in general? How forthcoming we are to be with other planes, right?
Especially since we don't know exactly what Safe Haven was built to protect against. Perhaps not. I think since we are clearly fleshlings, mortals, saying that we're from the plane of mortals is probably fine, but perhaps not mentioning Safe Haven specifically.
I agree with you.
Yes. I think this is a good idea. We should
we make sure that Maya's on board?
Yes, that was what
Yes.
I was going to say. Yes.
Let's just for a second where she's experimenting with her magics. So I'm guessing you also took the crystal to experiment on combining your magics, right?
Yep.
Okay, roll me separately for both of your magics.
No problem.
Interesting.
Actually, you rolled the same result on both.
Nice.
So you did combine both of your magics, and your magic is being, I believe, Fey and Darkness. What effect were you trying to accomplish with combining your two magics?
No idea. Literally just wanted to see if it was possible. Like, that was it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the fact that you summoned a bunch of tentacles, but they seem to be made out of darkness. They are partially tentacles, partially look like grapevines. And guys, if you are approaching Maya's room to get her on board on anything, you see there are darkness-made tentacles / grapevines going out of her room through the cracks under the door.
Oh, Ingvar is absolutely going to start poking.
It's the grapes on the vines.
Also, Maya, you have been basically enveloped in them. They are very much holding you down.
Oh.
Are there shadow grapes on these vines?
Are there? I have legit tried to taste them.
No, they don't have actual grapes on them. They are more made.
No! I meant the taste, the darkness. I wanted to know what the darkness tasted like.
A bit bitter.
Fair.
But you recognize
I imagine like
sweetness
Guinness
from the Fey magic. But other than that, you're completely entangled by your own tentacles / vines. And the others see just some of those tentacles and vines going outside of your door. And for more people to grab.
Can I use my education to work out how to get round it?
Who's going first into Maya's room?
I'm going to knock.
So if you're knocking, you feel something grab your ankle. And it's going to get the rest of you.
Ingvar is absolutely like poking, like gently kicking at the tentacles, just trying to see how they react.
So whatever you were poking them with, they grabbed that and pulled it out of your hands. And if you were poking with your hands, now your hands are entangled by them and they are trying to entangle the rest of you.
Can I tell just by looking at?
I'm gonna try and bite at it.
Can I tell by looking at it that it's partially made of shadow, or is it okay? Then I'm gonna try and use not bone magic to kind of drive it back, just like intense light.
like to try and reason with it.
I got a 2.
Okay, so with that, you are able to at least get rid of the shadow part, the darkness part of them. However, the vines part stays.
Try and reason with the vines, please. I want to try and reason with the vines.
Okay, try.
I need you to behave, otherwise they're going to get rid of you like they just got rid of the darkness. And like, come on. Come on, self-preservation, just be good. Put yourself over there in that bowl that might exist. I don't know. Anyway, over there in the corner, be good. And then they won't get you. Please.
Roll for it.
Would this be nat bone magic because it is magic concerning divine?
Oh.
No, I don't. I wouldn't say so, seeing that Maya doesn't have that bone magic. She's trying to.
Would you say that I was?
with them.
Was that charm?
I would say it was more along the lines of persuasion.
Persuasion, which I don't have on here, so that's mediocre. So let's go.
So, you tried. You really tried. The vines don't They seem to have a mind of their own. So yes, Tuksha, you notice that the shadow part of the vines is gone, along with the tentacle part, because that seems to be part of the shadow. However, the vines are still there, and they are still trying to grab everyone they can. Seht, the vines are slowly trying to approach you.
Me, I'm going nowhere near. I'm doing something else. I don't want anything. That room had a flamethrower in last time we discussed it, and that is not a thing that Seht wants to be anywhere near, especially after just having one part of them disintegrated. They're good.
No, I think the flamethrower wasn't in my room anymore. I don't remember holding on to the flamethrower.
Oh yeah, I know it's not there
Ingvar.
anymore, but oh no, it was in the workshop.
I would have
Either way,
remembered
no,
having I would have remembered having access to a flamethrower.
Either way, I'm good.
Seht, if you're staying in the main room and in the place you're on the map, I would say that you see the vines creeping out of the corridor.
Seht, I think you could deal with these.
Everything okay in there?
No.
I'm trying to get them to behave. They won't behave. Come and get them to behave.
What makes you think
are the vines just wrapping around?
I want a cage.
I was able to get part of them to... I was able to get rid of part of it, the shadow part, but the life part, I think, is going to be up your alley.
Right.
Would you mind just grabbing the flamethrower from my coat, and they'll kind of like use their elbows beneath their coat.
Seht very fastly realized that the entire building is made out of wood.
I don't even think that
That'd be a good idea.
I don't think that even comes to my mind. I'm just not going anywhere near a flamethrower anyway. No, thank you.
Burn shit! Don't you dare burn my shit!
How
dare you burn my shit! Don't you burn my shit! I can see you there with that! How dare you! You cannot do this! No!
Let me just. I'm just gonna cast some fucking gross necrotizing stuff at it.
Can I try and overpower this badass? Like, I want to push it into the corner and tell it off. Right, I've tried being nice, now I'm gonna beat it into them.
Seht, go for it to use your...
Hey, if Maya has another plan in mind, Seht is going to remain on.
In fact, I would like to invoke my aspect of nice to a point. As in, like, I really tried, but now you've made me angry.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I would like to push it into the corner in submission and tell it off and say that it has to behave and act like a good vine.
Okay, you can now roll intimidation.
Nice.
With the +2 if you invoke your aspect.
Yes. And spend a fate point. So with +2 if you spend a fate point
3?
also, that's a 3. And yes, you can notice that the vines... so everyone who was grabbed by the vines, you are now free. And the vines are retreating. Into Maya's room.
Good vine, good vine, good vine.
And you notice that they are indeed curling up in one of the corners. They look
Good
sad. They
vine,
look sad.
good vine. Oh, can I go over and stroke the vine?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna go over and stroke the vine. It's alright. It's alright. See, look, I get angry when people don't do exactly what I want them to, and it's just like most of the time I don't need people to do things. So, like, when I actually have a request, it's difficult, and this is not my therapy session. So, right, let's crack on. And let's go.
They curled up in a corner.
Can I make them a bowl or something later? They deserve like something.
Water would probably be the best with a bit of, I don't know, soil.
Oil, water, yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
Or you might
You know, plant stuff.
to where the plants are.
Oh, I know someone who might not be too happy about that. They've been living on their own for 4,000 years.
Yeah.
Opposed to it.
They've been living on their own for
Probably
4,000
away from
years. I was
Traven.
going to go visit them in a bit.
Oh, I'll go give them a friend.
I don't think that particular tree would be happy about it. Also,
I will go outside and I will find out.
Survive that one tree.
I will find out where they would like to be put.
So they would be like to be put on any of the trees that are alive.
I'll put them on the closest tree, so that to my window.
So the one right
That one?
next to, yeah. Okay. They climbed up the tree and basically wrapped themselves around the tree. So basically, the rest of you, you've seen Maya go out of her room with a bunch of vines and take it outside and put it on a tree.
So I felt this weird thing that was happening during all this stuff. I'm not quite sure what that was. But what I've managed to do was I managed to combine my magics. So, yeah.
That
That's
might be a thing
that's
that
what
you
that was.
want to do around people. We have seen some of the side effects of it going badly.
I wasn't around you. I left.
No, that's what you should be. If you had, like, I don't know, uncontrollably turned...
in Haven that was made to withstand experimenting.
But, like, if you had turned yourself into a vine somehow, no one would have been there to help you. It's dangerous.
Danger?
At least set,
Someone's having
like, a
a,
timed counterspell or something.
That sounds like health and safety.
Yes.
Having an expert buddy is always helpful in when trying new things and things that could be dangerous.
Okay, if I do anything that I feel might blow people up, I'll do it with other people.
To be clear, I would like, if it's possible, I would like for you to classify any combining of magic as a thing that could blow people up. Just to clarify.
And I'm always down to blow things up, potentially.
You may wanna clarify things a bit more because Maya might think that combining magic with Ingvar counts as getting other people involved and she doesn't need anyone else.
That's what I was thinking!
You may wanna clarify that part.
I mean, at that point, at least one of them, if it goes wrong,
Like, you
can
stop
run and
tying up
find...
my loopholes. God damn it. God damn it.
At that point, if one of them is hurt, one of them can come and find us.
Unless they
So, you know. Well, you know, what are the odds of that happening?
I mean, if they combine their own magics between the two of them, I'd say pretty fucking high.
I mean, well, what's the worst that
I
could
know.
happen?
Listen, I am trying to be safe, but also pragmatic here. I can stop one of them doing it on their own. Both together feels like a force unmatched.
I mean, good thing then that
Shakespeare buddies.
I mean, good thing then that Ingvar only has elemental magic.
Good. Phew.
Ingvar cannot
Even though they're
merge magics with without somebody else there.
Jeez.
But Maya can. As witness.
Or not with. Or not with. Or not, as the case may be.
We
as for
should
places,
perhaps... Sorry, go on.
as for which configuration we should try next, we could see if the elemental planes all have a similar time difference to the plane of mortals. We obviously not fire yet, but we could go to air or water.
Do you have a bit for
Yes.
water?
Yes. Chime gave us
yeah?
that one, right?
No, she gave
I believe the
Did it?
Let me see which
I had
Let's see.
water,
Air,
earth,
water,
and air,
and
but we
light
don't
were
have,
the ones that.
Yeah, we already have
Water and
earth.
light, I heard. That we
Yeah.
got told.
I think fire's the one we don't have.
No, we had fire from Earth King, and also
Yeah, you
Right.
I think we had that.
Yeah, from time you got air, water, and light.
Air, water, and light. Okay, I didn't realize we'd gotten air.
And then I don't remember which ones I gave you from the guy from the airplane because that was a
We,
while ago and my memory's not great.
yeah. We definitely had
It
fire,
was
because that was the one
Fae,
we were
fire, and
with.
darkness.
Yeah.
Well, he confirmed Fae and fire, and we also got darkness.
So, we
Okay,
should
we'll have to-
perhaps decide where we're going next.
Would be a good idea, yes. I wouldn't be opposed to knowing what I'm preparing for the next game.
Do any of you have a preference? I know which one I do not want to go to. Is there any that hold similar power over any of you?
Well, I know that Maya, your magics are associated with Fae and darkness, but Maka did mention that he has a positive relationship, at least with water, and civil with air. So, we could at least probably expect a similar greeting from water.
Perhaps.
It's possible.
I will say that I don't know about all of your physiology, but if they do not have a similar welcome area, then water might be dangerous.
Well, I think he said most places have visitor areas.
Also, Time told you that the addresses you have programmed, along with the ones she gave you, are for the part of those planes where it is safe for visitors to come.
So they did. My bad. Yeah.
And given that the Earth plane
And I
didn't
think
change
told
very
you
much
the
in that
device
4,000
didn't
years.
allow you to go to a place that is not suitable for you to survive.
That's right.
Okay.
Does Maya
So it
know
does mean that
Does
technically the fire plane can survive that configuration.
There is a difference between surviving and living. My brain would be afire with fear if we were in a fire plane. I would be most unuseful.
If you ever wanted to fear of fire less, I could always help with that.
No, thank you. A healthy fear of fire seems important to me.
I think to water if it's between air and water.
You're very quiet again, by the way. I just about heard bits of that, but not much.
You might have gone away from the mic or something. Or not. I don't know.
I'd prefer air. Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Cause I could fly.
True.
Alright, that sounds like a plan. We go to the plane of air next.
Okay.
I have no concerns with the plane of air.
So,
Air is part of the triangle of fire, isn't it?
Yes?
yep.
I feel like I've heard that at some point.
Well, technically oxygen, but yes.
In that case, could
This is my level of intelligence here. Come on.
please leave the flamethrower at home?
We don't want to go in seeming like we're looking for a fight.
No. I also do not want
I
to.
know at least of one person in your headquarters in Kampa that would love to take a look at that flamethrower.
I feel like diplomatic relations would be poor if we, I don't know, exploded an entire plane with an open flame.
I think we should ask. I think we should ask Chime if.
Highly flammable.
I think next time Chime is available, we should ask what would happen if one of the planes were to collapse, and if that would just imbalance everything else, or if they would just keep on going, and whether or not that would affect magics elsewhere.
That is a good question. One would assume it would not be good.
Especially for those living there.
Yeah.
I would be very thankful if you think in the meantime about other questions you might have for Chime next time she's around, so I can prepare her another block of knowledge.
Perhaps it would be a good idea to do some diplomatic duties before we travel to the airplane. The plane of air, not the airplane. Again, I don't know the level of technology that we have. But perhaps it would be wise for us to gather some Earth knowledge or gifts from our plane, from the plane of mortals, so as to appear, well, ambassadorly.
We should. We should ask
Costume!
for some help with that.
I mean, something we could probably do now, since we have some time left in the game for today, so we could probably go around doing that now, because that's something
Yes.
you don't need to prepare in advance. Because yeah, the visit to the next plane is definitely next game material, because I need to prepare stuff.
Okay.
Am I
Shall we,
As I go, yes. Am I improvising?
Can I have a cape?
Of it also?
I want a cape. Can we have capes?
Okay.
I want a cape.
Well, I suppose we should ask.
I want to
about
hide my
our own
wings
plane.
under the cape and then be like, I've got wings.
And if you have slits in the cape, then you can just pop your wings right out of it.
True.
That.
There is
But as long as they're.
probably in the Fate country there might be a tailor who's used to making capes like that.
Perhaps we can find items specific to our own regions of the plane of mortals.
I think that
Show
would be a good
the
idea.
You know what?
variety of
about
culture
your plane most
on
likely?
our...
Probably the fact that all of the magics exist there in balance at the same
Yes.
time. But I don't think you want to bring
So
them
it has
live.
some.
I find
No.
that quite
Not maybe.
difficult for us to bring to them, yes. Considering
White badgers,
combining magic has
white,
been your
white,
thing.
culmination of everything. White. Like glowing white.
Actually, the
Badgers.
combination of
Right,
all
so-
the
Badge.
colors
Sorry,
is black.
to be clear, we have so far determined
I thought
that
black
we should.
absorbed colours.
We have determined that our
basically
gifts
when you
should
mix-
be.
When you mix all of the colors, you get black. White is the lack of color.
Otherwise,
It depends on if you're talking about additive or subtractive light, which
Yep.
They're both correct in different contexts.
The largest perspective if you mix all the colors.
Yeah,
black.
you're thinking like color versus light. To be clear, so far, like Seth holds his hand in like his head in like 3 hands. And, so to be clear, so far we have capes, all of magic, and the concept of the color white. Please say someone else has better diplomatic gifts.
Biscuits. Cakes. We need to bake some cakes.
This
Perhaps
sounds
we
like
should
a
ask
better
Seht.
idea.
I was about to say what?
Say
A layer for every
Probably.
type of magic. A layer of each one.
I would say that probably the person in charge of HR might be good at figuring out what gifts to bring. Either her or the person doing translations.
Do we really have to go and ask Seht, yeah?
I can do that if you don't want to.
Yes, they,
To be
Yes.
honest, I think that also probably so basically all of them probably could give you some ideas from different perspectives. So Tamanta could give them to you from her historical perspective, saying that her translations involve talking to dead people. Sute from, HR lady perspective. Sati could give you the ideas from his psychological background. Fantesu could probably just make you some inventions to take over there. And then Yam could tell you how those gifts probably will go over.
I actually had an idea for a gift related to Maran and also to Air and sort of my own background. There is an instrument popular among stitchers whereby bones are fused together. Oh, we lost someone.
Yeah, I
Did
think
we lose?
No, that was your reaction to hearing bones fused together. I was like, that's
Sorry.
not the weirdest thing you said.
I think we lost her at least visually. But also,
What's happening?
We lost your camera.
I can only see me.
And we can
I'd maybe
see you.
just
Can you
refresh
or
the page,
rejoin
yeah.
or something. 'Cause we
This
don't
gives me more chance. This gives me more chance to think of a good name for this thing because I hadn't actually thought past what I was saying out loud. Tends to be the
Just
case.
thinking about it.
What kind of, are you thinking of like a percussion instrument? Or
No, I want to get people's reactions like live. So once we've got the cameras back, because I have a vague idea, but I haven't quite.
So I feel like I have heard of this, like an instrument made of bones
It's
before.
absolutely not a real thing.
Okay.
No, not this one.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah,
Hello.
you have my
All right. So
I've not got Aspen.
we do at least. So long as LadyBug has everyone, we're all
I
right,
have
right?
everyone.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, sorry.
So back to
Right. Yes. I had an idea for something from my background in Marin and as a stitcher. It is an instrument. Stitchers have made them for a long time by fusing bones together to create some form of... It is kind of like an ocarina, but with many, many more holes. Usually made out of ribs fused together. I thought, one, it is part of sort of Maran heritage, part of Stitcher heritage, and also, you blow through it, so it is powered by air, so it would be quite relevant, hopefully, to a plane of air. It might be quite beautiful to hear an air elemental, like, whistle themselves through. I don't know, maybe it is silly, but I thought...
Sounds very, very interesting.
So,
Yeah.
Also,
go
sounds
back
like
to
a...
headquarters on Camber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go back, and who do you head off to? This time Nyan wasn't there to greet you back.
Hmm.
But on the
I have a
other
quick
hand,
question before we go. How quickly am I able to program in a destination into the device?
It takes you about a minute.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Not a useful escape button.
Ah.
However,
Although-
activate a location that's already programmed in, because you only need to program them in once. To activate that will take about 30 seconds.
Okay.
You just need to get the rings in order to activate a certain address.
And then the last step is just pushing a button or something,
Yeah.
right? So if we did want to have like a quick escape button, after arriving in a plane, we could go ahead and set the configuration and then be ready to press it.
However, you would
I don't know how
need
much
to
stress that would put on the device,
I
but
mean, you would need to set those coordinations after you arrived on the new plane, because you are stepping through the device to the
Yes.
plane.
Yes.
yeah. So it wouldn't be immediate, but if
at the moment of crossing to another plane.
So we'd spend about a minute or 30 seconds programming the device as soon as we got there, so that we could push a button and get probably to Haven.
yeah.
But also you would have to carry that device in your hand to not push it accidentally.
Yes.
I would like
We have spares.
Yeah, and also if you put it in a pocket or something, it might get pushed by accident.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't like that photo to be opening in your pocket.
No.
Seth could probably carry it around if we were that concerned about a destination.
I also could.
Additional hands.
Two of us have additional limbs. Oh, cat.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting your tentacle boy.
I mean, yeah, Twitch also has some additional limbs.
They're useful.
Don't know how many.
Just to quickly, before we move on, I would like to clarify that the wind instrument from Iran is not actually ocarina shaped. It's long, kind of like a flute, and it's called an oboe. There we go, done. I'm pleased.
I love it.
It's absolutely adorable.
Took me a minute, but we got there.
Okay.
It's either that
Perhaps.
or a clavinet, but clavinet is already an instrument, so...
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and it's not a wind instrument, so...
Oh.
Okay, so...
Perhaps we should seek out Nyan and see how that would go over.
Okay.
Yeah.
The O-bone.
Is in the office. In Haven. Not in Haven, in the...
Wonderful.
In the...
Kambar?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the headquarters. Their room looks about as you would expect, probably. So yeah, there is some books. Don't get me wrong, but there's also a shit ton of pillows everywhere. It's mostly purple. And as far as sitting anywhere, you think that that's what the pillows are for, but because the only table is at the height you would be comfortable of using only if you were sitting on one of those pillows.
Nice.
There is also an actual crystal ball.
I love decor.
But
So,
basically,
we were
it
thinking.
looks like a mix between a place that a hippie would decorate, and that hippie was way into fortune telling.
This Nyan is who was looking after C.H.I.M.E, right?
Yes, and you can see that C.H.I.M.E is with Nyan in the room. C.H.I.M.E is sitting on Nyan's lap and purring.
I can
Aw.
see why C.H.I.M.E enjoys staying here. Many places for them to perch and preen.
Ah yes, she enjoys it. What
It is
are you
good
doing
to see,
today?
Nyan.
I'm gonna be nice and pretend I don't know.
We were considering the brain immediately straight back. The idea of bringing gifts as like an opener in diplomatic relations to play.
We just like a planar hamper, really. Like,
Yeah. Something to represent the good parts of the culture of the plane of mortals to other planes.
Decent idea. You would probably have to tailor those gifts to the place you're going to, because the same things that will work on the plane of fire might not work on the plane of water.
Yes, for sure.
So why?
We were wondering if we could get your advice.
Absolutely.
well, tailoring might be a bit much. I didn't think that full suits would be like needed. I was just thinking like some biscuits or.
Not sure.
Oh, I see. It's funny because tailoring is
If
different to I see.
Maya, if you're going to a place with elementals, I don't think they eat. At least not what you would consider food.
It could be novel to them then that eating is a thing.
Yes, if they are able of eating.
It could be endearing. Look at the silly
might not have
humans,
the
they
necessary
eat.
task to eat something.
And they
Yes.
might view it as ignorant if we tried to present them the something they could not have.
If anything, I feel like it might be the best way to
Or they might feel offended
show
if
off
they
what
get
is
a gift
different,
that they
you know?
cannot use.
Perhaps.
That really
What about
depends who you give
if
it
we
to.
were to head?
Yeah.
If we were to give an O-bone to emissaries at the plane of air, yeah, it's so hard.
I like it.
It's so hard to keep a straight face saying that.
That's the thing that makes sound when you pipe wind into it. So I think that, yeah, plane of air might like it.
Yes, and I figure
Kitty.
the normal reservations that people have being gifted an O-bone will not be present upon the plane of air. I would assume that air elementals do not have bones.
Probably not. I've never met one, but I would assume so. So I see we have a visual representation of CAT.
That cat is in significantly better shape than C8.
I think Mickey is wanting to be let out, which is not
Hello.
happening today.
He's sniffing the mic.
Aww. Baby.
This one's
Are there any other gifts that you think might go over well for the plane of air?
So basically, pipe instruments would be a good idea. Wind chimes probably also. Anything
What
that
about
can be
a kite?
operated by wind, really.
wings.
Yes. So, anything that can really be operated with wind. Or
A
requires wind to
pinwheel.
work.
Okay.
Wind wheels also, if they are pretty enough.
Streamers.
Yes.
You do not want streamers from Mirando, I will say. They are quite gruesome.
I would imagine so.
What are
Beautiful
they
in
made
their
of?
own way,
Against,
but
wind chimes or wind wheels from Maran. You do tend to utilize the body part in various ways.
Again, beautiful.
But doesn't that show
Wasted, at least.
a bit of a
Wasted. That's
commitment
something I've
to the?
always
You
admired.
have the O-bone, and I would stay at that.
It would be good to represent our multiple regions, after all. We want to show we are varied. That is in theory, the selling point of our plane, no? That we are so varied and mixed.
Yes, and we have all of the magics in one place, and they all work together.
Oh, I do mine together.
Or at least
It
don't.
might get a bit mixed up if you do mine together.
Are you what?
You're quiet again.
Oh, I'm just thinking.
Might be-
Sorry, Lawrence keeps knocking my mic. Sorry. Yeah. It's a muffler. Right. Fey magic and fiend magic might not be the best thing to combine together, so we might need separate gifts.
Actually, you could probably combine them. I've seen some really, really amazing win chance coming from combining those two.
Oh,
But you
let's
would
do
have to
that then.
ask,
We'll go make
Sarah
some.
to get those 'cause she knows more. She has one in her office.
Next-
If you ask
next
her,
up.
she will show you.
Next up. Like, go back to being
Thank you
quiet.
for the advice.
Not a problem, always here to
Appreciated.
help.
And thank you again for looking after C.H.I.M.E. I
Oh,
give
it's a pleasure.
C.H.I.M.E. a tiny pat.
It's a pleasure. She even stopped just
Absolutely
going to
no
visit
parts
in
missing?
my room.
That is good. That means she likes you. Any parts missing? Any maintenance required?
No, she's fine.
Good. That is quite unusual for her,
Trying
to be
everything
honest.
around her, not
I am
herself.
glad. Wonderful.
Thank you.
You have not met. You have not had a weird sight until you have come home to find a cat who has successfully caught their tail and since dismembered it. It is quite a sight.
I can imagine. But no, she's fine.
Well, good. We shall leave you be then. I shall go and immediately commence work on the O-bone. If the rest of you have other plans.
Did we want to bring multiple gifts to represent different regions, or did we want to stick to one per plane that we travel to so that we can keep things a bit more simple for ourselves?
I'm seeing the characteristics of your plane. It would be advisable to try to bring something from each of the magics. That would also still work
Yes.
on the plane of Earth.
We'll also want to make sure that we bring gifts back to the plane of Earth at some point
Yes.
to try and make sure that we keep relations civil and relatively equal.
Can we go to Earth on the way to Air and just drop them off, or? No.
Not a bad idea.
It's not exactly on,
I'm just
on the way,
thinking
technically.
diplomatic. I know it's unusual for me, but diplomacy is sort of something that I've been learning.
You would have to
from
figure out
interacting
another set
with
of
you
gifts
guys.
for the plane of Earth, because I
Wonderful.
can tell you that O-bone will not go over well on Earth.
No, the O-bone is
Would
not
they-
commonly
would-
used in rock music.
You are. See you in a bit.
The clavinet might actually be a good choice in that regard.
Most of that plane doesn't have air, though, so how would they hear it? Unless it's something that would resonate through the Earth itself.
Interesting. Good point.
Sound does vibrate more through materials, so it would probably be louder, even maybe.
Ingvar, I will tell you that you might have an idea for a gift for the airplane. They might want to be able to reshape how they look. So maybe for that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Instead of plastic surgery, rock surgery.
And also maybe even bringing some of the rocks and stuff from our plane as like a, hey, here's something extra planar. Oh wait, no, except they can see history through that.
That's cool though. Here's our history via rock.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though. That's such a cool gift. Can you imagine being like, here's like 300 years of our history in this rock. That's cool as hell. That's such a cool gift. I love that.
But it's also through one specific rock. It's gonna be really funny.
Further back, you don't know where that rock has been.
True.
Still
It'd be
interesting.
funny if we accidentally gave them a rock that was actually from a different plane and it just ended up here.
As far as the tools go, Ingvar can make absolutely new ones that won't have a history in them. As far as rocks
Yes.
go, you have no idea what you'll use them.
That's really cool though. You could explain it. You can say we don't know what happened to this rock's just been chilling. Like,
I feel like that sounds more like we're giving them an obligation to tell us what it is.
I guess.
And also, we don't know if that rock bears any like secrets or things that even we don't know about that they probably shouldn't know about.
I don't know how horrified they'd be if we gave them like a brick as well. It's like you chiseled this into shape, you monsters. You stuck it to 400 of its friends. Bastards!
And don't
They did seem to
forget-
understand
and
that.
Don't forget, use the Sand family to make something to make those stick together.
Yeah,
It's completely
Although
Yeah.
they did seem to differentiate between
they did.
Earth that has become sentient and that which hasn't. But
Yeah.
true.
They like the vines. We could give them the vines.
So you wanna get rid
The
of your
vine.
the vines that want to envelop everything.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Somebody in there would probably have a very, very cool looking decoration on them. Not sure how well they would be able to move in those, but very cool decoration indeed. Problem being, I'm not sure
If we
how
do
long
give it
those
that-
vines- I'm not sure how long those vines would be able to survive there.
How about a bioluminescent moss?
That might work. That doesn't need vast amounts of oxygen or water. So.
I do not know why I, Seht, know about bioluminescent moss. I did not think before I spoke, and therefore I have introduced a new thing that my character knows about that I was not expecting. If anyone else would like to make that suggestion instead, where it makes more sense for their character to know about it, feel free.
Moss
Maya
that
probably
glows.
would.
Yeah, the moss that glows.
Mm, could be very
And they got a
stylish.
new pet too then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we can, I think, finish here today. You can think on the gifts, and we'll circle back to that next time. And you'll, in the meantime,
Fantastic.
you will tell me where in which order do you want to travel next, so I can prepare set.
Air is. Oh no, we were going to drop by Earth and then go to air, right? But it was a flyby from to Earth.
Fly
just
by
to
Earth.
Pass off the gift.
We just need to be polite and
Yes.
about it and make sure that they don't think we're
Going on a
just...
PR mission first.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we should
Not something
discuss
I'm
this
normally bothered
briefly
about.
with... we should discuss this with Seht before we actually go, but
That's a good
I
idea.
believe this is a good idea.
We can do that next game. So for that, it
Yeah.
will be all for today, and we will see
Cool.
everyone in